Talk a little Cavs, guys. Before we do that, a reminder that Friday is the Charge home opener at Public Hall. Cleveland Charge is the Cavaliers G League affiliate. They won their first game of the season last night and are looking to make it 2 in a row on Friday. Former Charge alumni like Dean Wade, Sam Merrill, and Naquan Tomlin played big roles in last night's Cavs win, and you can see the next generation of future Cavs at the Charge. The Charge is the best option for affordable family fun in the land with fan giveaways, exciting theme nights, post-game player autographs, and more. The Charge tip-off on Friday, November 14th at 7 against the Wisconsin Herd. It is opening night presented by Rocket, and the first 2,000 fans receive a mini hoop schedule. Tickets are on sale right now at clevelandcharge.com. Guys, yesterday the Cavs took on the Miami Heat in Miami after losing by 2 at the buzzer on Monday without Donovan, without Darius, without Evan, without Jalen Tyson, without Max Strus. And they pulled off an incredibly fun victory thanks to some huge contributions from some unlikely heroes.
Yeah, I said I wasn't going to watch the game yesterday because if players are not playing for rest days, then I will not watch the team. Because if the players are not committed to, if the game doesn't matter to the players, then why should it matter to me? It's a bad attitude.
It's almost like vacation. They're on vacation.
It was a banger.
It was a great game.
Craig Porter Jr. was out there clipping up. I don't think he missed a three.
He was pulling up.
Jarrett Allen looked like
Jarrett Allen is 30.
Yeah, like he was finishing really well, and they did a really good job of like getting the ball to him downhill, and he was just finishing at a high level. Naquan Tomlin was a guy that we talked about in Summer League. He looked the part. I love that.
Would you rather have Naquan Tomlin or Josh Tomlin?
Who is Josh Tomlin?
I'd rather have Mike Tomlin.
You're young.
You know he's never heard of that pitcher.
Yeah,
never heard of it.
It was one of the Indians' pitchers when they went to the World Series in 2016. Wasn't that long ago, Tybus.
Give me Justin Masterson.
Justin Masterson.
Anyways,
I would say Mike Tomlin.
And the fact is that the only starter outside of Jarrett Allen was Sam Merrill, and I don't even think Sam had. It was a point where he was in the fourth quarter. He had like 4 points.
Sam had a bad game.
So yeah, it wasn't even him. Like Lonzo hit a couple of trays in this game that I liked. I love just the energy of those young guys that just being hungry. And like they out hustled those guys on the boards and all of those things, and it was just it was so fun. My boy Tyrese Proctor, listen, I know he shot 4 for 15, but that man is not afraid of nothing.
Craig Porter Jr. was really there.
Greg got called the ISO, hit the step back and trade, and I said, oh yeah. Then tried to do it again. He ain't got no fear in his heart. He gonna be a good player. But I just love seeing those young guys come in with that energy, with nothing to lose. And to me, it was just fun to watch.
This is the energy that they're going to have. So I started rethinking it as I was watching this game. First and foremost, I think good basketball teams and teams that have a good, I don't like to say culture. I like to say they already know what it is. Like those teams, if somebody is out, they're going to play the same way. You're not going to say, oh, woe is me, so-and-so's out. Woe is me, this. No, they come in, they get busy, and they understand what they need to do. There's no drop in intensity. They look at it as an opportunity to come out there and show what they can do. And for the Cavs, I kind of envision this. Mobley, I think sometimes we oversell this, right? When you look at Jokic, right, and you look at the Nuggets.
What did Jokic score, like 55?
55-point triple-double last night.
Isn't every game a triple-double for him?
Jokic,
basically averaging a triple-double.
Go ahead.
Jokic, during their season, he was the MVP, right? And that's great. But they won that championship because they had guys playing at a different level that were role guys. It seemed like every single person that they came in was hitting. And for the Cavs, I think it's foolish to just lean on the fact that, Evan Mobley's going to take this step. He's going to be the best player on the team. And then no, they're going to need Darius Garland to be healthy, Evan Mobley to continue to grow. Donovan Mitchell still has to be MVP. Donovan Mitchell with a chip on his shoulder. But you're going to need Lonzo Ball and the Craig Porter Jr.'s and Jarrett Allen to figure out, you had 30 points. They should be hammering his head.
Yeah.
Listen, if I see you play any other way, that goes for Donovan Mitchell. That goes for Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Every single person on that team is supposed to be like this. 5 minutes into a game, if I ever see you play differently than that, every day you got to remind him. Because if you could get I'm not saying he got to give you 30 and 10. But the way that he was aggressive in playing and getting to his spots and being aggressive and being a person, he looked like a person that was part of a core four when the rest of the three guys was out. That's what a dude looks like when he thinks he's a dude.
My frustration with Jarrett Allen is that we don't see that consistently. And more often than not,
Facts.
when we do see that, it's against slappy centers.
Right.
Like the Heat, who was the Heat center? Like he's just like a rookie, basically.
Khalil Ware,
who's good. He's second year
He
player.
cost
player.
me
He's good, yeah.
$5,000.
And I know he's a big guy. He's like 7 feet tall.
Huge, yeah.
But like Jarrett Allen, when he plays against the really good big guys, he always disappears.
Yes,
That's fair.
but you have to be on. You can't let Jarrett Allen. So this is the thing about coaching and players, right? You got to understand what somebody need and what somebody don't need. You ain't never got to tell Donovan Mitchell to pick it up.
Right.
But you do have to tell Evan Mobley to be aggressive when looking for your shot.
Probably right,
You
yeah.
do have to tell Jarrett Allen in the first 5 minutes, you're supposed to be monitoring. Like, hey, listen, hey, you a little soft right now. Let's go. We can't wait till the end of the game to get to that.
Right.
And so if you can condition him and give yourself an opportunity, then maybe in the playoffs you give yourself a chance.
Right. And I get it. Like last night with all those guys out, Jarrett Allen has much more of an opportunity to be a bigger part of the offense. And on a night when they have everybody healthy, he's not going to be. He's going to pick up the scraps. But that shouldn't change his effort and energy and enthusiasm.
I agree with that.
Which is what he needs.
Yes.
Well,
And he needs to be more
that's
consistent
what
with
makes
it.
him stand out. Is
Right.
The fact that he has the energy, the
Right.
effort. I mean, I think that it's not like I know he attempted 2 threes, but he ain't no 3-point shooter.
No.
I think that and this is kind of what I liked about having DG in a lineup. For some odd reason, he just knows how to get Jarrett the ball in that pick and roll.
Right.
And then Evan was doing it last year. I remember when they played the Thunder the first game, it was a lot of that.
Big passes.
Yeah, it was a lot of good passes between the two bigs that was messing OKC up. So, like, you have to get Jarrett involved. I feel like he's so easy that if you're not going to help him get involved, it's so easy for him just to just be a body on the court. And he just, like, gets comfortable with that.
Yeah.
McNuggets, I'm going to ask you about this because you already got a point, man.
Shoot.
Lonzo, that's why I like Sam Merrill, and I know Lonzo got the knee stuff going on and I don't want to burn him out, but I would love to see Lonzo Ball in that lineup, like starting lineup, because you can get somebody, he can have the focus of getting Evan some touches. You see what I'm saying? Like moving the ball and making sure that he get the
when people are healthy or
No, right now when Darius Garland is out.
Yeah.
okay. I don't hate the idea. I'm down to try it out. Lonzo's shooting so poorly right now.
Yeah.
His splits right now are 33% from the field goal, 31% from three.
Ooh.
The teams just aren't going to guard him, and him and Jarrett Allen, that gives you 2 complete non-shooters on the court.
Yeah.
I don't think that works when they don't have enough drivers outside of those 2 to make it work. That's why
Right.
Merrill, who at least gives you the spacing, allows
Well,
more
then maybe you don't
opportunities
start
for
Jarrett.
Allen.
What is
Jarrett Allen, by the way, before last night, had played the second fewest fourth quarter minutes of any player on the Cavs.
Right.
The second fewest.
Right, because Lonzo's going to play a lot of those minutes.
They've been closing with Mobley at the 5 and Hunter and other guys in the
Yeah.
lineup. So they've gone away. The starting lineup matters. It's not as important as the closing lineup. But the thing with Allen, and you guys are right, it's the effort that's frustrating on a night-to-night basis. His points are going to fluctuate. When guys are healthy, he's just not – he took 20 shots last night, guys, at the season high by a pretty big margin. He's not getting 20 shots when Donovan and Darius and these other guys are on the court. But it's the effort in the rebounding. It's the effort in running the floor. It's the effort in making sure you're checking a guy, boxing out, putting a body on body, that on a night-to-night basis with Jared, it's there sometimes, and when it's not, it's so blatantly obvious that it's not. And you can't overcome a 7-footer who's supposed to be your rim protector, who's supposed to be helping control the glass, putting up 4 or 5 rebounds in 26, 25 minutes.
Yeah, unacceptable.
Like, when he doesn't have it, it's so glaringly obvious that he doesn't have it, and it's frustrating. And I think it's right to be frustrated at the night-to-night effort.
Right.
But I think last night proved, and we all kind of knew this, but last night proved it, that when everyone's together, nobody sacrifices more than Jarrett Allen.
Yeah.
Like, he is the guy that gets his shot attempts cut, and he plays run for him cut. He's the one making the biggest sacrifice for the benefit of the overall good. And it was nice to see him have a night last night with 3 guys out to get 20 shots, to score 30 points. He had 8 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds. He had a steal. He had a block. And was 6 or 7 from the free throw line. Like, that's the kind of performance that reminds you, Jarrett Allen's a damn good basketball player. He just has to figure out how to channel that and get the most out of his minutes when the other guys are on the court too.
Let me ask you about Isaac Okoro. What is he shooting right now? Because
Fool's gold.
No,
I forgot about him.
No,
Give me a sec, I can tell you.
I want to know it because if Lonzo's shooting like this, would it have really?
But Lonzo
made a
passes
difference?
the ball, rebound,
That's true.
play, you know.
That's very true.
Okoro's shooting better than Lonzo is right now.
How
Okoro
much is
shoots.
he playing?
He's playing 25 minutes a game.
Listen,
What team? I don't even remember what team he's on.
He's on the
Chicago, they
Bulls.
traded for each other.
Hey man, listen.
Yeah.
I'd never. That whatever he shoot right now is
Fool's gold.
non-applicable.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Well, I mean, he just said teams ain't gonna guard Lonzo,
Hey,
so it's the same thing.
Here's the thing, but at least Lonzo. Here's what this may sound crazy. You may be missing shots, right? But the one thing that you cannot do is pass on it. Lonzo still will pull up. Even if you're not making that, you still have to pull up.
He's gonna. Whereas, what's his name?
Isaac Okoro.
Isaac Okoro. He just gets scared to shoot.
He'd be
sometimes.
sitting in that corner looking
Yeah.
around. I'm like, no, you have to shoot that.
Good point.
And at least Lonzo can get the way he pushes the pace and gets up floor. Like he does other things that, I don't know if he was a really good defender at one point in time. I think I don't know if I haven't
What
seen
do
the
the
plus
metrics
minus.
say, Mike? His defense,
Lonzo?
Lonzo.
He's been a plus defender throughout the majority of his career.
Yeah.
No, but we know that. But how's he been this year? He's coming off injuries and.
Small sample size. I'll dive into it. Give me 2 minutes.
What are his averages, points, rebounds, and assists? I always think about that over/under from the beginning of the
that
year.
18-19?
We had 18.5 was the over.
Yeah, he's probably under it right now.
He's
no?
right now. He just can't buy a shot right now.
Yeah.
He's 6.
So
plus-
it's 10, 9.8, 14, 15.2 right now.
And if he
what was
turns-
it?
It was 18 was the
Oh,
number.
so he's way under.
but he can't buy a shot right now.
Yes,
If
I
he
mean,
makes,
who expected him to be averaging 6 points a game?
no, he's shooting, and I say this because I think Lonzo's still a very, very capable shooter. He just can't buy one right now.
Right.
If he's even shooting remotely average, 40% from the floor, 35 from three, you're right on that 18.
Right. The rebounds and assists are where right where they should be.
He's not playing that many minutes. Like that is an incredible.
Right. But the points.
He
are
had
just
8 assists last night
way
in
down.
27 minutes. Like it's the one thing with Lonzo, real quick. I didn't know this. Bad job out of me going into the season. Lonzo does not like running pick and roll. Like he runs fewer pick and rolls than any other point guard in basketball on a permanent basis. Like that's just not his style because he's not a natural scorer. The way the Cavs have kind of utilized him to generate looks for other players has been a cool wrinkle that I think we're going to see Kenny Atkinson and the staff add on to throughout the season. Like right now, I feel like we're in the basic. Gee, I'm going to try using a video game analogy. Please tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
You remember like Pokemon, and you got your starter Pokemon,
Yeah.
and you got Charmander that eventually evolves into.
Charmeleon.
Yeah, but no, the third one's Charizard.
Yeah.
Like hopefully by the playoffs we get the Charizard Lonzo package. Right now we're on.
You know what the hell they're talking about?
I do.
But
You didn't play
Charmander
Pokemon?
package.
Never.
if you get
How'd I do?
you did good, but here's the thing too.
I was a Squirtle guy.
To bring it on home, just like Lonzo, if he gonna be Charizard at one point, Charizard won't listen to you if you don't level him up right. He won't even come out of the Pokeball. He'll be like, nah, I'm cool on this. So what you got to do is you got to get Lonzo working in the offense so
get him
that
out
you
of the
can
ball.
completely.
You gotta get Blastoise.
You got to get Lonzo out of the ball.
Blastoise, a blast out of there.
I don't know how I go to Squirtle, War Turtle, and then Blastoise.
Yeah.
Like where does Blastoise come in the evolutionary state, bull? Like it's supposed to be Ertl.
You might as well speak it, or you're speaking a different language right
My
now.
guys over here like, what
They
the
don't know what you're
heck?
talking about. either.
Pokemon, it start off as a baby, and as it gets older and it levels up, it turns into the next version of itself. Then as
there's
that grows
3
up,
versions
the
of
final
each?
form is
Yeah.
Charizard or
I got
Blastoise or whatever.
But there's only 2. So Meowth does not have an evolutionary state. He's just
Why?
because he's just him.
just
And some Meowths talk and some don't.
Meowth got an evolution later in Gen 3 or Gen 2.
Is Pikachu's older version Raichu?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I choose to move on.
That
didn't really work.
Yeah, you
So
kinda,
the Cavs are back in action tonight. They're taking on the Raptors at home. It's the start of a 6-game homestand for the Cavs. Fully expect Donovan. Fully expect Evan. DG, I don't expect to play tonight. Tyson going through a concussion. Who knows? Who knows how quickly that'll be able to heal and recover up. But they got the Raptors tonight. They're 8-4, second in the Eastern Conference right now.
You know what? They playing the
Concussion.
Raptors.
That man better hit the salt.
Let me tell you whose game I completely hate. His game is just, I don't like it because it's mid-sauce, it's medium.
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes. I just
I can't stand his game.
I would, like, if on the playground, like, Scotty Barnes is the dude you like, but he's Scotty Barnes. He was Rookie of the Year. Put him on. Nah, I'm not picking Scotty
Evan
Barnes
got
up.
robbed that year. I don't care.
Like, I hate his game, McNuggets. I don't know what he does. He be trying to dribble, but he ain't fast. Or
I'm with you, G. I'm
Speaking of
not
the
either.
schoolyard,
I feel the same way. That's what's so funny.
hate
about
his
it.
game.
My wife looked at him and said, he's a goof. She said he just looked goofy. and ever since she said that, every time I see him, that's what I think.
Your
he's
wife
just
seemed
a
like one of the
goofy-looking
people
dude.
back in the day that if the wrong dude approached her, she would just tell him, no, I don't like you.
Probably.
yeah,
Not all.
no
Like,
doubt.
She'd do it politely.
Yeah, I'm not to you though.
Speaking of the schoolyard, I was listening to this comedian. His name is escaping me right now. He's very funny. He's from New York, but he was telling this thing about how, like, and I'm sure you all went through this, like when you were picking teams in the schoolyard, and the kids that would get picked last, it would be like, you know, the kid. He was like the kid with the eye patch, and he's like, then the last kid picked was he had one leg longer than the other. We called him Daddy Longer Legs, and it's so wrong and so
That's
mean.
messed up.
Or you had somebody, the kid out there in church shoes.
That's
hooping.
gotta
Oh
be
yeah,
terrible.
church shoe kid.
Why you got church shoes
There'd
on?
always be one kid who would show up in like slacks
and
and church shoes
That's got to be
for
terrible.
playing ball, and you'd be like, "What are you doing?
What is your
man?"
mom doing, bro?
To
Your
be the
parents.
last person picked. I don't think
You
that.
just didn't want to. Yeah,
That got to be terrible.
Yeah, it's one.
It would never was me because I was always tall. So they like, oh,
Things
we
kids
need him.
don't know about nowadays. There's no picking at anything because they don't play.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We were doing like a scrimmage baseball game and getting ready for the playoffs for fall ball, and we decided to like pick teams. But I was like, the coach, me and one of the other coaches were picking. We were like doing a draft, but we didn't do it in front of the kids. You certainly wouldn't do that. You know, with the adults picking.
I don't even want to.
You get this kid.
Come on.
I'll do it.